ridiculous.
So Columbia University is doing an initiative to remove sexism completely.
Well, that sounds good.
Well, the studies have shown that sexism is caused by higher gray matter in the posterior cingulate cortex part of the brain.
Okay.
So we're doing an experimental treatment for women, and it's called posterior cingulate cortex deletion therapy. So have you ever guys heard of float? Like you go for a float, it's like a sensory deprivation tank.
Oh, yeah,
Tony's done that.
Yes.
Yeah, there's some of those on Long Island, yeah.
Yeah, so the therapy erases part of the sexism gray matter in a female's brain that feels negative emotions from sexism. The female patient becomes numb to sexism, more docile and subservient. So they put her in a float tank, and it deprives you of all your senses, and then through a series of flashing lights and stimuli aimed at their eyes, part of their cortex becomes erased. The results have been incredible, and I have some video testimonial if you could just bring that up for me.
I mean, sure, it sounds like
the
evidence.
way that you're willing to go the long route to solve a problem that is so much more easy to solve than removing a part of women's brains.
Yeah,
is
it sounds kind of
insane
over
to
the
me.
top. But
Well, it's not removing, it's more like erasing.
It feels a lot like a lobotomy.
yeah,
No, it's,
well, it's through lights. It's not a
Do you remember the
It's really
movie The Stepford
giving
Wives? The Stepford Wives, where they were these model
It's giving
citizen wives.
lobotomy,
Well, that's
it's
basically
giving early
what
medicine
to
being
see if they could
tested
get
on
back to
women without their consent.
Joy,
Do you have those
can you pop
testimonials?
your email address in the chat? Because you're the only person here worth talking to at this point.
Well, you said you have
Also,
testimonials,
Richard,
right?
I have you. I sent some.
Giselle's worth talking to.
Pull up the testimonials, and then we could wrap
Do you
up.
have the
and-
testimonials?
No, Giselle is not worth talking to.
Oh.
What? Everyone loves
Where do each of you live?
That's where I draw the line.
Hold on a second.
there, Missy.
Thanks, Joy.
Let's just
It's
pull up the
about-
testimonials
it's
and
about
see.
coming to
I've been working with Dr. Richard for 2 months, and my brain feels good. Dinner is hot, my house is clean, and my husband has never been happier.
Look how relaxed she looks.
That's a hostage
Oscar, I
video.
think-
Oh my god.
Since doing Dr. Richard's cortex deletion therapy, I am much happier and no longer think about sexism. I'm just happy to cook and clean all day.
My marriage was on the verge of divorce. I'm not the best husband, but after I took my wife to get cortex deletion therapy, she doesn't seem to get angry anymore. She's able to perform her wifely duties without a fuss, just the way I like it.
Cortex deletion therapy. Let's see what that is.
So that's, yeah.
Well, you're not going to find any information on it because it's an experimental treatment.
Did. It looks like
I'm gonna give
prefrontal
you my phone
cortex
number,
specific
too.
DCC deletion induces schizophrenia related behavioral phenotypes.
That's just one of the side
and fails
effects.
to rescue
That's all. You know, like when you take these plaque psoriasis, there's side effects
Everything's
on
got a side effect nowadays. Come on.
death, paralysis, you know, all that type of
Life
stuff.
is a side effect.
Right.
There's risks everywhere you go.
Correct. So
Only thing
I think we're all getting off the rails, so.
What is the way that you